I won't lie to you, I am trying out some new gear. The new DJI 360, which is one of these weird hyperlapse surround view cameras, and you can look at everything else. But I just thought it would be a good opportunity to, it's the middle of August, or nearly the middle of August, and I just would like your feedback on the channel. Not that I work for you, but you're hopefully a subscriber, and if you're not, please do. But look, it's a community, and if this was a normal job, I would have a review. Over the last sort of 3 months on the channel, views are pretty stable. One thing that's most grabbing attention for me is revenue is not very stable. Revenue, I'd say, is nearly down a third on what it, for quite a long time, consistently was. And obviously that is a worry, because YouTube is my bread and butter, I suppose, in some ways. Now, I am lucky that I do some radio work, do some voiceover work, do some corporate events, but by and large, month to month, some of that stuff can be seasonal. YouTube has been consistently there for over 2 years now, kind of full time, which I think I'm very lucky to be able to say. But whatever's going on with YouTube's, I don't know, is it algorithm? Is it what people want to consume when it comes to automotive stuff on YouTube now? Has that changed? Maybe it has. Done a little bit of looking online on YouTube channels, but no one really seems to talk about it in terms of, oh, my revenue's down. What's the story with that? Now, globally, I suppose, there's a little bit of turbulence in the automotive world, in the sense that a lot of brands are cutting back. They're maybe looking at marketing budgets. I assume, you tell me, because I don't really watch my own channel. Maybe you're getting ads for Colgate toothpaste, but I'd imagine a lot of pre-roll ads, and that's the way you make money on YouTube. It's not from car companies paying you. If it was, probably wouldn't be making this video. So you get pre-rolls of whatever. You put up a new BYD and there's a Volkswagen ID4 with a special offer on. That's how YouTube pre-roll works. Beautiful around here, by the way. This is Sutton, for anyone who's wondering where the hell I am, in North County Dublin. So I would love your feedback, and just get involved in the comments down below. Like, there are people who will just come into your channel because you have a particular car, they're considering that car, and they get the info they want. They probably never come back to you, and that's fine, because every month basically YouTube pays you based on the watch time, so how long people watch your videos for, and the overall monthly views help, and particular cars sometimes help. If you have a video that blows up and does really well, that helps basically. But I am curious, what if you're a subscriber to the channel, so you hear a bit more maybe, or you watched a few videos, you don't even have to be subscribed. What are you looking for in a YouTube video? Is long form still the thing? Obviously shorts have been around for quite a long time. I saw something ridiculous, like 2 million videos a day or something are being uploaded to YouTube Shorts. So, and it depends what you're doing. Obviously you can do a short of a car in 90 seconds, but YouTube Shorts pays nothing. You might as well be putting it on TikTok, because that also pays nothing in Ireland. So generally my videos are sort of 14, maybe 16 minutes long. Is that too long? Is that too short? Got a comment recently for someone saying your video feels a bit rushed, like they think they're a regular viewer, so they're obviously comparing it to something else. I think it was the Volkswagen Multivan. I don't believe in dragging the arse out of things either, because people are busy. If they're giving you a cup of coffee type time to watch your video on their phone, or increasingly their telly actually, that's great. But I don't know, I've never really done the whole, let's talk about a Ford Fiesta for 45 minutes. It can be done. I just don't know if there's any interest in it. And I don't know if there's any direct link between longer videos and more watch time and stuff. It's more about, are you serving the purpose of what the person's looking for in the video? I.e., they're probably looking at your video because, or you, again, tell me, are you looking at a video because your video is helping you sort of narrow down the shortlist to save you going to maybe instead of 7 dealers, you can watch enough YouTube videos, look with your eyes, watch something back again, and maybe you only have to see 3 dealers. Or maybe YouTube helps you totally narrow it down to one video. You're just like, yeah, I'm going to buy or order a car. That does happen. I get comments saying that on the basis of your video, and I've now ordered it, whatever. And is there like infotainment systems? Do people want to know real in depth, like when you swipe up on this button, here's what happened, here's what happens? Is that of interest? Obviously, probably like you, if you're middle-aged, it's a scary thought, isn't it? You grew up watching Top Gear and Fifth Gear and all those shows, and you can't even help emulate that kind of style. I mean, there's no point pretending you are Top Gear or any of these massive TV shows. They were on TV for a reason. They had different budgets. They had script writers. They had all that kind of stuff. You know, YouTube doesn't need to be that. Certainly the type of stuff that I do isn't. I feel like it's more, people want to know, what's the back like? How much rear legroom is it? How hard is it to get a child seat in the back? How far open do the doors? How wide do they open? And that might kind of seem like mundane type stuff, but again, if the purpose of a YouTube car review and the style that I do is to save you a trip to a dealer, then you probably do want to know that kind of stuff, because you can rule something in or out. So I'm just, I suppose more than halfway through the year, I'm just reevaluating everything, if that makes sense. And as I said, if you watched even a few videos, what would you change? What do you like? What don't you like? Trust me, I can take criticism. It's no problem. I had to do it all my working career, really, in radio. Why did you talk about that thing there for 7 minutes instead of 2? Trust me. So, just give it to me straight. Have you changed your viewing habits? Or kind of, I mean, look, I suppose there'll come a time where maybe YouTube car reviews are sort of done. Or will they be done? I mean, it's the same as people who are watching videos about this thing that I'm filming this on. It's a hot product right now. It's only out a week. So people want to know, what's it like? And hopefully cars will always be like that, because then I really am reevaluating something else, work-wise. And is there different styles? Like, again, like I got this thing to sort of just keep on mixing up the game and changing the field of view that you see, to try and maybe immerse you more in the car, because that's probably a thing as well, I suppose. With AI, you know, people want to feel like they're sitting in the car. Stuff like this helps, but it also isn't free. So, you know, I've had to buy this thing. It was 600 quid. I just bought some Ray-Bans with the cameras in them, because again, I just feel that will really immerse you in a car and give you a lovely perspective. And I'm not saying I'm the first to do it, I'm not, but it's not as saturated as, you know, standard car reviews on YouTube. It's like a podcast. Everyone has a podcast these days, including me, of course, as well. So yeah, just give us what I'd change, what I'd leave. I mean, I'm doing the car stuff now 7 years. So 7 years in any job, you'd either get promoted, leave, change, move desk, whatever it would be. You wouldn't be doing the same thing. Now, I'm not saying I am. I'd like to try and change the style, make them snappier sometimes, make them longer if the car is worthy of it. Every video can be variable enough, but it's still essentially the same idea. Here's a car. What's the inside and outside like? Let's go for a drive. Give you an overview. And by the way, like, I'm very, very, very grateful. There's nearly, I think, 55,000 subscribers on the channel now, which was hard work and is hard work. And I always thought when I had 10,000, God, when I get to 50, like, that'll be great. Life will be easier. You'll get loads of views straight away on videos. And that's not always the case. And I've also noticed some channels now are, without a shadow of a doubt, buying subscribers in different markets and different regions. I don't know why that is, because as far as I'm aware, YouTube are clever people, and if you've been buying subs, they'll probably punish your channel for it. I don't really know. I also used to watch a lot of people during COVID who were doing car reviews, and I suppose I didn't have to focus as much then because I was still in full-time radio and I was getting paid. So obviously I had to go to work, but I was getting paid. So I watched other channels who didn't have press cars, and they're like, Jesus, what am I going to do now? And people like Petrolhead went for walks with their dogs every day. And looking back, actually, it was bloody genius, because people were so hungry for content. And I suppose when you think about it, not that you think of yourself like this, but you're someone who watches a person's channel, whatever it is, all the time. I suppose you have that connection with them, and you're like, right, how's your life doing? And obviously you can get involved in the comments down below and people can have discussions, but I didn't really probably appreciate them at the time as much. I was like, God, because everyone was so done with, not done, but like, there was so much online stuff. Let's have a virtual gig on our Friday night. Let's do a virtual quiz. I was like, oh Jesus, really? But looking back, that was a good thing. And I suppose just giving people 20 minutes out of their fear or whatever was good. But it just showed me, not to bang on about that thing 5 years ago, it showed me that that connection that from my perspective, you don't ever assume is there. You know, chances are I've never met you. You might feel you kind of know me because you watch these videos. So maybe I'll just do more videos of hiking and running with this DJI 360. But that's not really the purpose of the channel, is it? And I'll probably be brutal at reviewing tech anyway. So what are you looking for in a video in 2015, heading into 2016? What would make you watch longer? What wrecks your head? It doesn't have to be about me now. Go easy. What wrecks your head about, I suppose, online stuff that you just feel is wasting your time? What draws you in? Obviously, endlessly studying YouTube for how important the thumbnail is. I tried a video a couple of weeks ago, the Audi A5 Avant, and left in little cues down the end on the text to say, you know, stay listening to find out how big the boot is or how efficient the PHEV is. Did it make a difference in the video? No. Didn't make any blind bit of difference. Now maybe sort of verbal stuff like that is, you know, stay listening to find out how much towing capacity this Dacia has. That's kind of false though then as well, isn't it? And the whole point of this whole YouTube thing is to be authentic. And I do get that. Be yourself. That's one thing you're taught on the radio, and it's very important. Again, I'm not assuming, but you have to be somewhat likable. Good lesson in life though in general. Don't be a D. But certainly that goes for presenting. People have to kind of want to listen to you. So that's important. I like the channel can play how long as it is, fine. You know, I can put it down to maybe it's seasonal, sort of summertime. Summertime does always take a dip, but not necessarily this consistency. And that's what's making me just kind of reach out and ask for a little bit of, what would you do? What would you change? I mean, I'm not looking for car reviews. So that's why I need your help, because you're in a far better position to tell me what it is and isn't that you're looking for. So I hope that all makes sense. Hope this doesn't feel like a rant, because it's certainly not meant to be a rant. It's just a sort of a regrouping, as you might say. It's also an excuse to get out and get some steps up. I've been training for the last sort of 2.5 months. I'm up to running sort of 5k now, and it's stopping again. I did it a long time ago, but you can get very busy on YouTube. But busy doing what? So it's important to just kind of give yourself time to look after your body and all that stuff. So that's a bit more of a priority now. But look, I want to keep doing this, really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's one of those things where you kind of go, but this is your hobby. You don't even have to work. That's what YouTube feels like for me. So it's not something that I want to kind of ditch or push to the sideline and go off and get a real job. God forbid. Certainly did have a huge draw for flight training. Still do. It is something I think about every bloody day. But it's an incredible amount of money. And there's no guarantees in your early 40s that you're going to get a job. This is fun. I feel like when you start YouTube, you know, the first 1,000 subscribers are so bloody difficult. I remember Bob Flavin saying that to me, like, and then it was the first 10,000 are so difficult. But it never actually gets easy. The creating content part is relatively easy. I've done some twin tests, obviously, most recently with Paddy, who I do the podcast with. They work very well. Maybe that's the direction to go. Sort of more consistent twin tests is that sort of interest. EV range tests, I personally find them quite boring because you're just sitting there in a car waiting for the battery to deplete and you're saying, oh well, I'm now doing 120 kilometers an hour and it's doing 16 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. But maybe that's really useful information. I don't know. If it is, hey, I'll do more. I did do one in the Hyundai Insta recently because I filmed that car, I think 4 different times or something. I was just trying to think of a different way. There's nobody doing the same video again. So that was my driver for doing that, and the video did very well. And clearly people do want to know what a car is like at a constant motorway speed. I do feel like it would be harder to do it in the summertime though, when the temperatures are a bit more favourable for EVs. So yeah, I think I've covered all the bases there. The main question is just what would you like to see on the channel? Is there something maybe you've seen someone else do? Not that I want to rip it off, but I could magpie it, as Larry Mullen from YouTube likes to say a lot, and put a twist on it, whatever it is. But if you're here for a while, I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Your subscribers are the people who kind of probably help you more than you think, because I get the sense that YouTube, and I've seen a lot of videos to kind of back this up, when you put up a new video, how many of your subscribers are interested in it kind of determines how much YouTube then goes, oh, people are interested in this video, let's push this video out to other people who aren't subscribers. And that's why you'll get a random YouTube video popping up on your normal wall when you log in, or even if you just go on your phone. And it's those 2 seconds you have of someone scrolling with the YouTube thumbnail title that in theory makes them go, oh, what's this about? So if you ever see me doing, not dramatic YouTube thumbnails, but you know, the Land Cruiser video I put up yesterday, it looked like it was on the way to being submerged in water. That was never going to be the case. But at least it's not another guy standing at a Land Cruiser with his arms like this, sideways. Although they do work as well, and they cut a nice angle on the shot of the car. I have done them. So I'm not throwing any shade on anyone who does. So look, yeah, let me know. Anything I can do or change that would make the whole experience better for you. Now is the time to speak. Or not forever hold your peace. Mention it at a later date. But yeah, if you got sort of 5 minutes to scribble down a couple of things that might be of interest to you, and then I can see what's doable and, oh yeah, that could work. That would really help. So until next time, which will definitely feature a car. I do have some cool stuff coming up actually. I've got the week long in the Alpine. Going to be going to IAA Mobility in September. The Alpine A110 coming up. Some Neue Klasse stuff from BMW. Still haven't done a video on my own 911, which is pissing all over the driveway as I speak. So yeah, I've got some stuff coming up, but as always, your feedback would be very, very welcome. And if you like walking videos, we could set up a YouTube channel for that as well. Thanks for watching. See you next time.